This right here is a simple process for attracting love, very easy to do. It gets you in the vibrational resonance of attracting love. I've seen it work not only in my life, but other people's life. And I recently did a podcast episode with a relationship expert who shared this, and I think it is super powerful, and I can't wait to share it with you. Welcome back to another video. My name's Aaron, and I help people expand their consciousness. Now, in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you how you can go about creating magnetic energy, and especially the being in love, having that love energy being projected out, so that literally the energy dynamic is to where you have that magnetism. People literally chase you. And first off, if you want to learn how to get someone to chase you, I have a podcast episode I'm going to link below on my podcast called Expand Your Awareness 2.0 podcast. I had someone named Rebecca Boatman on. She's awesome. She's a relationship expert. She helps women, specifically women, attract love into their life. And in that episode, what she was sharing with me is some very powerful ways to go about this process, which is very much in alignment with some of the things I teach. But here is one of them. If somebody wants to get someone else to chase them, deep down that's a form of manipulation, because they want to get something. They want someone to be different than they are. Now the thing is, when you learn the energy dynamics of this though, you begin to feel more free, and you give yourself the emotions of what you want to experience, and then you're more a vibrational match to that reality. Now think about this. If you were to imagine the vibration, the reality where you are in a loving relationship, you have all the qualities that you want, what you may realize is that when you see that version of you, you behave a certain way, you act a certain way, you just are a certain way, and you carry yourself a certain way. And what you'll find is that that's just naturally who you are. That's just naturally you. But what you realize is there's a certain energy that you have. But if you're in the vibration of wanting it, desiring it, then, as you maybe heard me say in other videos before, then that means there's a emphasizing that this reality that I want is not already here. So there's, in a way, a lack that has been emphasized. Now, one thing that she really helped me understand, just in my own life, is there are certain things that happened in my past. Maybe you kind of know my past with my own ex-stepmom situation and control and stuff like that. Like, even after my ex-stepmom left my life, I had my first girlfriend who was always trying to control me. She didn't like me to be a certain way. She thought I was too loud, too outgoing. And then after I broke up with her, I got transferred to a new department in women's shoes, and from BP shoes to salon shoes at Nordstrom's, where I used to work. And it was the manager that was almost the same exact personality as my ex-stepmom, was trying to control me. And I always had a woman in my life trying to control me until I became aware of a certain pattern. Now, when she asked me, she's like, well, what do you want? Like, what is your, not even what do you want, but like, what is your ideal relationship? And it was very easy for me to say what I don't want. I was like, well, I don't want somebody that's trying to control me. I don't want someone that's super serious. I don't want, I knew exactly what I didn't want, but I wasn't actually clear as to what I did want. What are the characteristics I do want? And I found that very interesting, and that's one of the main things that she says, and that has to do with making your energy very contagious. So for this process, this is what you do. And part of this as well, I'm going to share another story with you as well. I've shared it in another YouTube video, but she shared it on the podcast. But you can click below to listen to the whole podcast, because it was over 50 minutes long. It was super fun. It was actually a very fun episode as well. But this is what you do. You write down so what Rebecca said to do, you write down 3 qualities that you want in love. 3 qualities or values or feelings that you want. And you become crystal clear as to what those 3 are. And she said that then you know those 3 like the back of your hand. Now, for example, I knew what my 3 things weren't. Like, I knew the opposite of it. I knew that I didn't want someone that was controlling. I didn't want someone that was super serious. But, so what is the opposite? Here's what I realized is part of the characteristics I do want, okay? And this is what I became clear to. Because here's the thing, if you don't know what you want, or you don't know what your vision is, then you won't have anything to move towards. So it's very important to understand as well. And a lot of people, even just in life in general, they may not have a vision for something they're moving towards, and therefore they continue to attract things that maybe they don't want. So for me, I even talk about it on the podcast episode below, but one of them is freedom. and that's actually very common for guys. They want freedom. So freedom, I think for women value safety a lot. But freedom is one of them. The other one is playfulness and fun. Playfulness and fun. I want to have that mentality. And the third one is actually because I think I didn't really receive it when I was young, because when my ex-stepmom was in my life, one, she was very masculine because she was very controlling and manipulative. And then we weren't allowed to see our real mom, who is nurturing, but we weren't allowed to see her from 7 to 15 years old because we were in a way kind of brainwashed and not allowed to really to see her in a way. Every time we'd go over to her house, my mom's house, when my ex-stepmom was in the picture, we'd come back and we'd only go there for like a day or two, but then we'd be like punished. And then we eventually associated pain with going to her house, so we stopped doing it. And then after 15, we had a relationship with our mom, of course, but before that we didn't. And here's the thing, it's kind of shadowy over here, there we go. I think I always craved nurturing. I think one of the things that I want is somebody that's playful and fun, that gives me my own freedom, that also is nurturing, and you know, that has that mentality. Maybe because I didn't receive it as much because of the energy dynamics growing up and being kind of deprived of that in some ways. So those are my values. Now I know what that is. I didn't know what that is before, but now here's the key. Here's the thing that changes it all. So if yours was safety, if yours was connection, if yours was maybe freedom, or maybe playfulness and fun, or whatever. Those emotions, for you to be a vibrational match to that relationship, you have to first give yourself those emotions now. So the thing that I ask myself then is, how can I feel more playful now? How can I give myself more freedom now? How can I feel more of that nurturing now? How can I nurture myself now? Do you see why this is so powerful? So get those 3 different things, and you'll see the like I said, the podcast episodes below. Check it out. She gives a lot of other amazing information. But 3 things that you that you want, values and feelings that you want to experience, and then give yourself those emotions, because as you give them to you, and as you realize as well, the more you work on you, and the more you're on your own kind of vision. Like, one thing I always say is, be the star of your own movie. When you are the star of your own movie, you have magnetic energy. But when you're trying to be in someone else's movie, you're then placing yourself in not the star role. And it kind of sucks. Kind of sucks to be in that role, right? You feel like you're waiting. She said this yesterday, we were talking about this, like waiting for the text message, checking your Wi-Fi to make sure, maybe my Wi-Fi just went down and that's why they haven't texted back yet. But that's why I say it's a fun episode that we did. We had a lot of fun recording it. But this is a simple process that you can apply, and to feel that emotion now. Now, something else that really works for this as well is meditation will get you to a certain state, get you to a certain feeling, and when you feel that feeling, what you'll find is that then you bring more of it in your life. I have had so many people tell me that they attracted love by listening to the Attract Love meditation. It's called the most powerful meditation for attracting love. It's right in the top of the description box below. Read the comments to see what's possible. So many people say they've attracted love by listening to that meditation for 21 days. Because when you get your inner guide it, when you get your insides to feel what it would be like to be in that relationship, you then attract opportunities into your life that may have been always right in front of you, but you just haven't been aware of it. So one thing to do is read those comments to see what's possible, because then it increases the belief, and listen to that meditation for 21 days. It'll be top of the description box below for attracting love. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace, much love, and namaste.